climate in the west can be some of the best fishing all year. The weather's beautiful, bug hatches are abundant, and the fish are hungry. However, it can also be a gamble. Winter snow is melting off the peaks, leading to runoff, which can make the rivers unfishable. I'm here to attend my buddy Will's wedding, and I figured I'd make a road trip out of it. I was hoping to time it perfectly with the end of runoff to get first dibs at this prime fishing window. I spent the first few days testing out my new bamboo rods on the famous Missouri River, a tailwater unaffected by runoff. But now I wanted to shift my focus to the surrounding freestone rivers. As I made my way to the wedding, it was clear that many of the rivers were still blown out.
It's runoff. There's a little bit of a risk coming up here.
And that is just absolutely on par with a wildfly trip.
Dodging runoff was going to be trickier than expected, but I had some leads on fishable creeks. With the camper loaded down, it was time to see if I could solve the runoff puzzle and find the dry fly fishing I've been dreaming about all winter.
As difficult as that is to do, sometimes you've got to just take a step back and watch it all unfold. Wild. All right, we had our boy Phelpsy's wedding last night. And just down the road here, I camped. And this morning, bumped into Ryan over here.
Hey there.
Who is buddies with Will. And we met at the wedding last night, and then we ended up being like right next to each other, camping. And I was like, what are you doing today? Are you fishing?
It turns out I'm fishing.
Yeah. So we made a little bit of coffee, and we're going to go do some fishing.
Woo, not bad.
Banks are probably gonna be our best friend, but we could probably run this riffle.
The water's still pretty high, but it's not fully blown out like some of the other ones we've been seeing. Yeah, we're gonna work up. I got this dry dropper on. Because there's so much fast water right now, we're really just looking for any of the slow stuff, the seams right off of the fast water, and trying to put our bugs in there.
Nice. Dude, I saw him chase it down.
Got one.
There we go. Nice.
Okay, there's fish in the river.
Wow. Right when I turn the camera on. That's a good one.
Hey,
There it is.
buddy.
Yeah, Bo.
That is what you call the old.
That's what we came for.
That is. That's what you call the old turn the camera off technique. Then you hook them.
That was a pretty fish.
Now we need one on the chub.
I know. I feel like eventually we'll probably get it in there.
Yeah.
It's got to be slow enough that they can like
Look at it.
see it, go for it. Yeah, got this. Rip it off the bank.
I think swinging
The
it a
head.
couple times too in front of that log jam.
Yeah.
Just like pulling it out of there. Plus just this dead water, there's ought to be something just sitting there.
Lurking.
All right, streamer time. Throwing this
Be
guy.
able to see it.
I know, you're gonna be able to see it from up here. we had little teases, little tastes of success,
Yep.
but not the full thing, you know.
Found one rising fish.
We found one
One rose 4 times.
and then shut off.
Yeah.
So,
He's not ready
yeah.
next week.
It's still early, you know. We're early on in the summer, and
You got logs in the water,
yeah,
you know.
nothing you can do. But that sun just went over the ridge there, and temp dropped like that. Clouds moved in. It's cold, so we're gonna hike our tails back to the car and go find camp.
Well, that weather report seems to be accurate. We've got some gnarly clouds moving in, and it looks like rain or something. Maybe it might even be snowing up in the mountain peaks over there. Doesn't look like it's going to get warmer than like 47, 48 degrees today, which is a little chilly for wet wading. But we might creek it. Maybe I just start driving south towards Salt Lake and find something to fish on the way back. Yep, not really sure what I'm gonna do yet, but I'm probably just gonna keep picking around until this storm moves in or something. And I decide to move.
What's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not much. Not much. Just grinding.
Nice. Well, I wanted to give you a quick shout because I'm up in Montana right now, and there's a bit of a storm surge moving in. And I was thinking about heading back to Utah, and was gonna see if you were around tomorrow at all to go fish.
Yeah, what time are you gonna be here?
I'll probably get in tonight, and then camp, and so I could meet you out on the river.
Okay, yeah. Let me check, and I might take tomorrow off work if it's actually decent, because I've been wanting to go fishing, I just haven't had a chance to go. So I'll let you know. I mean, it should pop off because it's been so hot the last week or so. It's supposed to be overcast in like 60s.
Yeah.
Like the next couple days.
Oh my gosh, Alex, the homie, giving us some intel. It's pretty gross here. I think the move is to head south and get closer to home. Can't control the weather, but we can control where we're at. Well, I spent basically the whole day yesterday traveling and basically trying to find a spot with good, clean water. Unfortunately, my buddy Alex couldn't join me today. He could not get off work. So we're gonna do a solo day. It's a creek that I've actually been to before, only a handful of times. I have a bunch of pins on Onyx that I marked last time of spots that I fished or just spots that I wanted to get to and didn't quite fish. So that's kind of the goal today. Is the water looks really good. We're just gonna give it a shot and I don't know, hopefully run into some fish. We went past a lot of creeks that were really blown out and we're finally here. This is the last day of the road trip. So I'm gonna try to make the most of it. It's gonna have the juice. Let's freaking go. Made it to the river. Man, it looks so good. You know, it's that perfect amount of tint like we like. It's not too deep. There's not too many weird hydraulics. And man, I'm really hoping that this is gonna be good. We're rocking just the standard chub to a stonefly down below. It's just a safe bet. You know, let's run that for a little bit. And if we start seeing some drag eyes come off, we're gonna key in. Maybe throw on something a little smaller. But I love starting with this dry dropper. It's a great way to see, one, if fish are keying in on that dry fly, but two, you got that big stonefly. It's a big meal. There's lots of stoneflies in the water this time of year, so it's typically something that they're seeking out. I missed one on one of those first casts, right at the bottom, tail out of the run. I just waited too long to set the hook. But it's a good sign at least. We got something eaten. Not gonna lie, I think my rod is a little overpowered for this stream. I'm fishing a 9.5 foot 5 weight, and I was supposed to have a 3 weight on this trip, which you guys saw in a previous video, but I snapped it in half. So I'm down my small creek rod, and I just have this 5 weight to fish. Brownie on the stonefly, the golden stone. Oh yeah, chubby eat, chubby eat. I don't always fish solo, and honestly, I prefer fishing with other people. But it is nice when I get to do it because, one, it allows me to go at my own pace, and with the filming aspect, it does force me to slow down. It's like, oh, I gotta go set up the tripod, I gotta get a good frame. Is this hole actually worth my time? It allows me to be a little more intentional about the casts and the holes that I'm fishing. I just had a really nice fish come up so slow right after this drop off over there. Comes up, looks at the fly, drops back down, and it was a good brown. Just found this little guy, like a little mayfly or something. So maybe that's what he'll eat. All right, he came up and refused it 2 times. I don't need to get techie, but I just fished in Missouri, so kind of got that itch. So I'm gonna downsize my tippet, maybe switch up the fly again, and try one more time. Oh, we got him, guys. We freaking got him. Got techie with it, and first or second cast in there. Crushed it. This is a stud for this creek. Oh, that was so sick, so rewarding. Took me like 3 or 4 flies to go through till he finally ate it. And honestly, it was so worth it. I don't even know if you could see it, but he took me right under one of these logs, right when I hooked him. Like, he knew exactly what he was doing. And then being on 4X, or 5X actually, I had no control over that fish. That was really fun. Oh, yes. Oh yeah, we got him. Oh yeah. Oh God. On the dry. On the dry. Come on, dude. Wow. Super sick eat. Very poor focus job on the camera on my end. There it is. Oh. Alright, it's really starting to turn on now. So I am about to make some lunch. Just make a little PB&J or something. But I wanted to show you guys a cool feature that we did on this camper. So right here next to me, I've got my electrical system set up, and that is connected to that battery back there, which is connected to solar on top, and then it switches when I'm driving, and it switches to the alternator. So basically my battery is always charging, which is crucial for being on the road, filming stuff, and just always having electrical, because I'm also constantly running this fridge that we got right here. So I've got this quick plug-in area where I've got battery chargers up here for all my cameras. So like earlier today, I was running low on a few batteries, came in here, dropped them onto the charging station, and they're gonna be charging while I'm out fishing. So this part of the camper has been really sick because I don't have to worry about running out of battery when I'm out here or having to run my car to charge batteries. I just have it all ready to go, and my battery thing says 100%. So it's obviously, it's Utah, it's summer, there's a lot of sun. So that solar is just getting amped up. Let's make some lunch.
Special thanks to Harker for building out this camper and for sponsoring the channel this year. If you would like to get one yourself, head on over to harkeroutdoors.com to learn more. You can use the code WILDFLY at checkout to save $500 off your camper. Now, let's get back to fishing.
I'm upset because I broke him off and I snapped him. Oh, that was brutal. Right when I went for the set, I knew it was too hard. And it was like kind of last minute. And by the way, there's a little caddis or a mayfly type of deal on the lens. Oh, he's gone. It's a good sign though. Well, we stuck our first Bear River cutthroat. I saw him just right in the top of the water column, just kind of chilling like this. I thought it was a log at first, and then I saw him sipping, put like 2 casts on him, and sure enough, came up and nailed it. That was really cool. There was this bonefish book, this DIY bonefish book that I have been reading, and one of the lines in there says something like, you learn a lot about fishing by not fishing. The premise of that is just sometimes take a step back and just watch what's happening and observe. You'll see bugs, coming off. You'll see fish and their behavior and how they're eating different flies. It's little things like that that you figure out when you're not fishing. And I thought that line was really interesting. And as difficult as that is to do during a hatch, it is fun. Take a step back and watch it all unfold. Just moved locations, moved upstream a good ways to a spot that I've actually never fished. There's a few pins up here that I'm just looking on maps and on Onyx, but as I walked up to the spot, there was like 2 fish right in the tail out here, just sitting high in the water column. I just saw one of them come up and rise, and it looks like there's some caddis bouncing around on the water. So I'm gonna throw a little caddis. Let's try to get one of these guys. There's a bunch of fish in this little pool though. Sick.
I'm just gonna refuse.
I already had this thing kind of rigged up. It's a little green parachute Adams that I caught those browns on earlier. Blew it. Absolutely blew it. I had one come up. He came and refused it again. The same one. And then lower down, I had one come and eat the big fly. And I just put the hammer on him too quickly and pulled it out of its mouth. When is enough? You know? Like I really, it's honestly personal at this point, so I'm just gonna throw a big old foam thing at him. See if he'll eat that. Caddis-like. I can see a bunch of them just chilling in there. We got him. Yes, we got it. Just took the little foam guy to get him. Oh, it wasn't even that big, but man, that was so fun. Yes. That's what I freaking love about dry fly fishing. Wild. What a beautiful way to end the night. This is so cool. I've just been in awe, just kind of sitting here watching. The way the light's hitting it, it's just like, it's really cool. I haven't seen a hatch like this in a long time. Pretty cool. The last couple days up in Montana were tricky. Felt like kind of a bust with dodging runoff and trying to find some clean water. And this little stream on the way home prevailed and saved the day. That was so fun. Doesn't always happen that way, but a great way to wrap up the trip and to finish the night out with a beautiful hatch. I mean, what's better than that, folks? Summer's here, full force.